Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. In this video, I'm going to show you the updated charts of Bitcoin, well, price analysis. We're going to go through the Bitcoin chart and take a look. I want to show you what I see. If it sounds interesting, drop that like, give me a subscribe if you're new watching. If you've been watching my channel, I've been showing you this fractal pattern right back from 2014's bottom cycle. And I'm just going to zoom out so you just look so you can see how this looked, right? This is all of 2014, 2015's bottom cycle. And I basically shimmied it along to where we are today because it looks like a fractal pattern. Fractal pattern is something that's played out before that sometimes you see happen quite often in the future in relation to the form and shape of what it does. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you this, and I need to let you know this is not financial advice. Do your further research if you decide to invest in whatever. So, you know, when I bring this up, you can see how, hold on. Why didn't it let me bring it up? Here we go. If you bring this up, you can see how it's, you know, really aligned near enough spot on to what happened in the past. Well, obviously it's not going to be 100% accurate, but it has been playing out very similar. And if I was to line it up to where, you know, what's going on now, and we can see here just this green area here, we see Bitcoin's price already coming up anyway, right? We see it coming up. And I think that this is still going to be following it. And obviously once it changes, then I'll update you guys on what I think's to come next. So, you know, if we look up right up here, if we follow this up, this whole green area of these candles, it pushes us way above $20,000. And actually, you know what? Come to think of it, I actually think we're going to go higher than $20,000. I think Bitcoin's about to shock a lot of people. I might be wrong, but I'm going to show you why. Because I'm also going to show you some moving averages that play a significant role in the Bitcoin price. So that was just a quick update here on this fractal pattern. You know, we're still pretty much doing something as to what I would have thought it would have done. You know, I do think we're going to see a $20,000 price. And I'm just hovering over here so you can see this line here. Let me make it really thick. I make it really thick and I don't know what, yellow, so you can see what I'm talking. I think it's going to come up to here, and we're talking about a $20,800 price. I think it's going to go a bit higher. I think we're going to see about a $22,000 price. Why? Well, I've been looking at a few moving averages, and I want to bring this down now. This fractal pattern. I want to bring it right down just so we can really focus on this area here. Actually, to be fair, let me zoom out. I'm going to change this to the weekly time frame because that was on the daily time frame, and because I really want to paint my picture perfect here so you can understand. We have this thing called a 21 moving average. I've got it in my eye, rubbing my eye. 21 moving average. Now, most traders use these moving averages to sort of find trends. Are we in a bull trend, bear trend? Where are we? Do we have resistance, support? So, and they usually either use the 20 moving average or the 21 moving average. So, you know, they're both very powerful. I put it on the 21. You know, you can see where we had rejection in the past. Look, from here, we come up to this yellow line. Tried to break it, faked out, fell straight down, you see? And usually, it, you know, if it's on a bull trend, we see it hold support. So, for example, back here, you can see price action holding on top of it. Look, and it bounces off it, and it just flies. So that's why these moving averages are really powerful to use. And when I zoom out on this weekly time frame, let me bring this right down, so we just focus on the price action. Let's take a look at what happened before, because look where we are right now with this 21 moving average. Look where it's coming down to. It's actually coming down to the price. What happened last time when the 21 moving average came down towards the price? Well, take a look here. This was the last bull cycle and bear cycle. So we had the bear crash. Look at this crash, came tumbling down back in 2018. I remember this. Look what happened when this yellow 21 moving average came towards the price action of Bitcoin. When Bitcoin reached it, had it broke out, my God, you saw fireworks. You saw Bitcoin's price go crazy. So this is what makes me think, are we about to do a similar thing? Because it's really coming close to testing Bitcoin's price. And now we're seeing a bit of green action in Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin about to come up and test this yellow line? If that's the case, what price are we talking? And this is why I said to you, I think it's going to go higher than $20,000. Because if it comes and tests this yellow line, let me bring it down. So just bringing this green line down, you're talking 22,496, about 22,500. Let's call it 22,500. I think that it's very likely in the next coming weeks, we could see a price for Bitcoin at 22,500, purely based on it, coming up and testing this yellow this yellow 21 moving average line. And this is the weekly time frame. So it may take, if not this week, maybe the next week. Or, it could shock a lot of people. Because a lot of people still think that Bitcoin's going to go down. We're going to print a new all-time low. So, this might shock a lot of people, might come up and test it, might break it, and Bitcoin could go absolutely parabolic, and come up and test the highs of where we were before. And just to prove my point here, let's take a look at the past before this, the 2013, 2014 cycle. This was what I copied. Remember I said I made a copy of the cycle? All this area here was what I copied. And that's what you're seeing with that green stuff. So, yeah, look, the yellow line came down. And notice that the yellow line always comes down and tests near the bottom of the cycle. We did have a rip up in the last cycle, but it came back down. And then on the second breakout, it then really broke out, and then the price of Bitcoin went absolutely parabolic. And notice how it held support on the yellow line. Look, the 21 moving average, like I said, it's a powerful line because it keeps holding it as support. Look, bounced off it, just kept bouncing off it. You see, bounced off it all the way until it just went absolutely parabolic to the top. So this is why I'm using the 21 moving average. So, we could see one or two things then. Actually, a few things. Bitcoin can come up to this yellow line, test it, and then get declined, meaning that it gets rejected. It's not strong enough move to break through, and then it falls back down. So that's this example here. Then we have another example of it could break it, come flying above, and then come back down through sell pressure, maybe a bit of manipulation through the the higher powers that be, because they don't want it to fly off so fast. So they might just bring it back down. But if it does anything like any of these, even if it does this one here and it takes time to come above, once we do see it break out, that's when I'm expecting some serious fireworks to happen. And you're going to get all those people that were going, I'm not buying now, I'm waiting a bit longer, it's going to fall, it's going lower. All those people that are saying that it's going low and it's going to fall, they're going to FOMO in, they're going to rush to buy because they're going to panic, because they're going to be like, damn, it didn't hit my price and now it's going up. And I've felt that before in the past. I was buying Cardano at a penny, and I bought lots of Cardano at a penny, I bought loads about 2 pence, and then it went up to 4 pence. And I was like, maybe it'll come back down. I thought, let me wait. It went to 8 pence. I was like, maybe it'll go down to 4 pence. Let me wait. And then it went to 15, 25, 30, 45. So what I'm saying is that when you see prices that are below 70% drops, it's a damn good buy. That's all I'm saying. It is a damn good buy. So, when we take a look at how much Bitcoin has fell from all-time highs, from here all the way down to here, you're right low. The lowest 74% drop is what it's had in the past. This is a good time to buy, and that's not financial advice. I'm just telling you now that, do you want to be that person that misses the boat because you think it's going to go lower? And you're saying to yourself, I'll just wait for one more dip. It could come, and then it could be a good buy. Maybe dollar cost average, maybe put some now, some later on. But don't be in that situation where you think it's going to fall lower, and because you think it's going to fall lower and you're waiting, you just miss that entire opportunity. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to leave it here. Short, sweet and simple. I just wanted to show you this, what happened before. Actually, before I go, look at this, look. There's also a 200-week moving average as well. This is where we held support before. Look, see the red line? And this was like the strong support for Bitcoin in the past. You can see it always came down to the red line 200-week, right? But something's different with this, real quick. Because if you look, the red and the yellow line, which is the 21 moving average and the 200, they've crossed. So what does this mean? Could this cross signal that Bitcoin was just so oversold? That's what I'm thinking. Like, it could signal that it was just so oversold, because we never ever saw a cross before. It came close. This was as close as it came. Never ever crossed. This is the first time in history that Bitcoin's ever crossed, oversold. I'm thinking oversold because it's just so. The only time you ever see the yellow come down like this is if price action has just been selling and selling and selling and selling. So at some point there's going to have to be buyers. Buy. And it's just a matter of, when are you going to buy? When are you going to dollar cost average? When are you going to stack up on the coins that you think can do well? I think it's now, but that's not financial advice. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. If you liked it, drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Thank you for watching. Become a Patreon. Have I got it here? What's this? 7 tiers. Take your pick. I recommend my exclusive VIP partner tier. You don't want to miss out. Now's a good time to get in, because I'll tell you what, if prices start to spark and fly, you're going to miss out on some good coins that we've been buying that can 100x your money. It's all over here. You can check it, all the posts. If you become an exclusive VIP partner tier, this one here, this will unlock all the posts. And I got a next tier above that gives you my super alerts. It's my CEO tier. Make sure you go through and have a little look, see what's best for you. But you don't want to miss out. Now's a great time to get in, fresh new month. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.